Hey girl, give me just a few minutes and I'm gonna explain to you why camping with your kids is gonna be so good, so worth it, so worth it. You know it's a lot of work. That's why you're like, I don't really wanna go. Let me explain to you why the work is worth it. I got my handy dandy notebook. I'm sorry, Steve made an appearance on the internet and I'm still here for it. But I got my handy dandy notebook with five reasons why camping with your kids is worth it. My favorite is number 4, but all of them are good. So stick for all of them. I promise it's gonna be worth it. Let's start with the first one, cheap travel. You ever wanna be like, I wanna travel the world with my kids? That's awesome. Top level goals, I'm telling you. However, it can be expensive. Even if you're doing cheap routes like Airbnb, it can get expensive. And I would so much rather travel the world in a tent and in a sleeping bag with my kids than not be able to do it at all, okay? It can get too expensive to even try. It's gonna put you in debt. Camping eliminates so much of the cost. This is on a trip out west and 16 days, everywhere from starting in Phoenix down to San Diego, up to almost San Fran, over to Yellowstone, and we were able to do this. It did cost a lot of money, don't get me wrong. It did cost a lot of money, but we were able to cut off so much of the price by camping. Campgrounds are so much less expensive than Airbnbs. Are they as nice? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. No, sometimes it can suck. Sometimes it's just like, can we just please, whatever price, $1,000 for that hotel room in the middle of nowhere? I don't care. Like, it can get kind of rough. But if you're practiced at it, if you know the value of camping, what it brings to you, it's gonna make everything so much wonderful. You can actually travel, you can go visit amazing places like Yellowstone, like the beach, like all these places by taking a tent and your kids and having an adventure. It is 1000% an adventure. If you are Miss Priss, that's something you're gonna have to work through, and that process of working through it is worth it. I promise you, I promise you. Part 2. We can fight climate change. Now you're like, what are you talking about? Give me a minute. Climate change is happening, and our kids are going to inherit the world that we provide for them. They're our grandkids, all these things. They don't even know what's out there unless we show it to them. They don't know what's going to die off unless we show it to them. They don't know the plants. They don't know the animals. They don't know the wildlife. They don't know how the ocean looks right now. Go show it to them. They're going to get excited about it. Yeah, you might have a daughter like mine that's like, ew, bugs! Keep going, keep trying, keep conditioning them to see the beauty in it all, because when they see the beauty of it all, they're gonna be active fighters against, they're gonna wanna protect it. They're gonna wanna protect it, and they're gonna wanna fight climate change. So if that is on your heart, how do I prevent climate change? Recycle, all that stuff. Take your kids camping. Show them what they are fighting for. Give them something to be excited about. Number 3. It's perfect for all ages. Now you'll be like, I have a newborn. I know. You can take that newborn after a certain amount of time. No, I would not take that newborn after a certain amount of time if it's really freezing cold. Be wise, but cold weather camping is something you can do with kids, okay? And you can take your baby. My baby's crawling. Yeah, they're gonna be dirty. That's okay. Hand them the big rocks. Not the ones that they can put in their mouth. Hand them the big rocks that they're like, ah. Let them explore the world, no matter what age. If you got a teenager, it might take extra convincing to bring them on the trip, but bring them on the trip anyways. You can do the whole, I'm your mother and this is what we're gonna do. Afterwards, you can play with your friends. Find that compromise that gets them camping with you, regardless of the age. Perfect ages, 4, 5, 10, all of it's good though, all of it's good. There's something for everyone when you're camping. Team building, I told you, this is my favorite one. Ignore the crying child. We don't always get our way. Okay. Team building exercises. We cannot do it all camping. If you think, I don't want to camp, it's going to be so much work. It is. Divide the work amongst the family, okay? Somebody's doing dishes. Someone's in charge of meal planning. Someone's in charge. Like, we all get to work together to make the experience and adventure as great as possible. You cannot do it alone. You cannot. Don't try it. You're going to hate it. Everybody's going to hate it. You're going to turn into the control freak that you're trying to leave behind. Let the team building happen. It's so good. And the communication levels, talk about why we have to do this. A lot of times I'm like, why do we have to do this? You know, I'm a really good answer. When you're camping, you do, why do we have to do this? Because if we don't get the tent set up before dark, we cannot see. It's gonna be miserable. Why do we have to wash the dishes? Because bears will come and get us. Don't be that extreme. Like, that was a little bit melodramatic. But we have to protect the bears, and we have to protect ourselves from bears. If the bears get used to having food out here with us, then the bears are gonna keep coming to humans as a food source, and then they're gonna have to be put down. They learn real consequences. Communication levels are gonna be upgraded. Team building is so good. I mean, corporate companies pay for team building exercises like this. Do it in your family, okay? Your family needs that. All right, the last one, tip number 5. Let's see, in the handy dandy notebook. Memories. Come on now, memories. I'll tell you about our latest camping trip this weekend. We went crystal mining. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. The dirt, we're just digging through the dirt. This is a little bit of a story, so give me like 30 more seconds. Digging through the dirt. My kids are just covered in orange soil. We are finding legit crystals, like the stuff that at the store is like $20. We're finding that. We're digging it. Like, oh, it's such a good experience. My son, he's like climbing over the rocks. He falls down, breaks his arm. I felt so guilty because he did not want to go on this trip. But the team building exercises everybody took part in rounding up, stabilizing the arm. We all went to the ER. It sucked he broke his arm. It really does. I did not plan for that. I do not want that. But the memory we got of us all pulling together in that like emergency, it was an emergency, but like not a life or death thing. And experiences like this, not only do they build memories, but it prepares us for life and death situations. We know how to act as a team in emergencies. And we will always remember the time that my son broke his arm crystal mining. I was like, you can't have there couldn't have been a better story for that broken arm. Are you kidding me? So memories are crazy. My kids will always remember the trip to Yellowstone. Your kids will always remember anytime they go camping. Now, I will go ahead and subscribe because I will push out another video talking about how to introduce your kids to camping, because it's definitely not there's novices, experienced campers, all the things. Like there's a level and we want to ease you in so that it's not rough and that you want to do it again. So go ahead and subscribe. I'm so excited because I honestly think that camping with your kids is a great way to develop a relationship with your kids and to give them skills that they need throughout their lives. So thank you guys so much for staying with me. Fist bump, we got this, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Bye.